see these kids that are just overburdened with mitochondrial challenges.
I don't know what you're talking about, but if you want to look at mitochondria inside of a cell, you're going to need a scope like this. This is known as a transmission electron microscope. So in essence, what happens is I put a sample inside of this scope, and high energy electrons are shot at this sample, and the sample that I put in is stained with a heavy metal. So some of those electrons bounce off of that heavy metal, and some of them actually pass through and are projected onto a screen or onto a camera down at the bottom. So that allows me to see the electrons that are passed through or transmitted through the sample, and that's why it's called a transmission electron microscope. And now that allows me to see things inside of a cell, because good electron microscopes can now go up to about 1,000,000 times magnification, but ones like I have go up to about 100,000 times magnification. So let's see what some mitochondria look like underneath this scope. This is what a mitochondrion looks like underneath an electron microscope. This is actually a cross-section of a mitochondria. So mitochondria are sort of elongated, look like little pills almost, if you will. And this is sort of sliced through the middle. So here you can see the membrane of the mitochondria, and then here you can see the individual cristae. Let's take a look at another one. Oh, here's another mitochondrion underneath an electron microscope. So this one looks a little bit different because the cristae aren't really as organized as they were in the other one, and the fixation of this one is not as good as it was in the previous one. But this is another mitochondrion, and then you've got another mitochondrion up here. Let's look at another one. All right, here's another mitochondrion, and we can see that double membrane of the mitochondria really well in this image, and you can see the individual cristae. So this section is sort of more of an oblique section through that individual mitochondria. So that's what mitochondria actually look like underneath of a scope. There you know. Later.